select a role, and the first thing you're going to need to do is go to your settings here and set up your branding. This is your public page, you don't have to have it, but it's just another promotional aspect. Put in your address, time zone, your brand colours, this will all go through to your forms and certificates, etc. And then here, if you want to allow any unauthorised trainer, just go through each one and fill it in as best you can. Stripes is where you can connect your payment details. Delivery locations, you need to add these before you set up a course. And client organisations, all pretty self-explanatory. Your certificates are here, so here is where you edit your certificates and put all the details on there. So once you've done all your settings as best you can leave some bits, it's not too bad. The only thing you really need to do before setting up a course
is your delivery locations, is then you go to your units and you go and import your units. And you can bulk import, you can add, or you can copy from training.gov. So let's just do one unit. So if you put your unit code, it will autofill. And there it's put the name in. If it doesn't work for whatever, you can just write it yourself. And then you add a unit. If you wanted to bulk import units, click on bulk import, and then you put a qualification, or you can just copy and paste your list. Now we're going to add the content. If you have your own content, you can upload it, but we're going to build it for this particular course. So here you've got all the assessment pack, learner guide, and your readable and gamified courses if you want to create them on our system. So the first thing that you need to do is fetch the outcomes from training.gov. And then, as you can see, if you click on unit reference, that has pulled through the training.gov information there. Now, if you had a different mapping system, you can simply click fix a mistake in this data, and you can go in and add your own mapping style. Or you can paste it, say it didn't pull through for whatever reason, you can paste it from a list. So then you just need to go back, and then you need to click on learner guide. Next, we'll go and create a learner guide. And if you have one, you can upload it here. Otherwise, use AI and we can create one here. And then you approve the outline. And then just give it a couple of minutes to generate. And now you can edit this here. So if you wanted to add an image, you can just click and you can add an image, upload your own, or you can generate an image with AI, and you can change the prompt here if you want to. It does take up to a minute, so be patient, but then you can use that, or you can try a different one. You get a certain amount of credits for your image generation, so just make sure you use them wisely. And then you can just go in, change anything you want to in here, add anything, put the hours, etc. Once you're happy, and this here just pulls through the elements and performance criteria, so you can make sure that it is covering everything. And then once you're happy, you can publish the guide. Now down here, it forms the basis for your interactive course SCORM file. So if you wanted to just take anything out, you could do like the welcome, about this unit. If you only wanted your interactive course just to have these topics 1, 2, 3, you could just get rid of the rest. Now, once you're happy, you click publish. And then you can download the PDF. It's just a PDF guide. And then you can create your SCORM, which is an interactive learning, and your gamified course. So first we'll do the sort of plain version. And again, you can just see, you can see what you want to have in there. So now, you might just want to have a little flip card to make it a bit more engaging. And you can draft it from AI. And that'll just flip the card. If you want to change anything, you can do. And then you add it to course. And then here you might want to do a little quick quiz. add to course. Here you might want to do an activity. And you can change it afterwards as well. Anyway, then make changes and then you can generate the SCORM file and you'll be able to see how it looks. And then you can make it into a gamified course as well. It does take a little bit longer, so just be patient. And now you have your gamified course. So this is how it'll look to a student. They can go and do each little section. You can also go in and edit the sections. So here, you can pull that down a bit if you want to, and you can change that if you don't like how it's worded. You can also add your own photo or generate a photo with AI. Same thing, you can prompt it. And if you want to see the prompt, just drag it down. And again, you can try a different one or just use that one. So go through each gamified question and you can see, you can add pictures if it's doing a pair, or you can add a photo here if you wanted to. Same with this one. And same with this one. And you can add any type of gamified question that you want. These are not assessed, this is just the gamified course. So choose one of these and then you can edit it and generate with AI if you want to. Now, once you are happy with everything, or if you want to change anything, you can ask AI or regenerate, whatever you want to do, you can play the preview or publish the game and then go back to your library and go back to your unit cabinet. And now you can see your SCORM files published, your gamified course is published. Don't forget with your SCORM, you can upload one if you have bought one already. And then we're going to go and create your assessment pack. Now, we have a few different options for assessment. So let's first make an auto-marked assessment. You can generate with AI. You can upload your own to have it feed in, or you can do it from scratch or from a template. So just to make it quick, we'll do with AI and we'll call this instant marking. Now, it doesn't instantly mark you competent, it just instantly gives the student results. They can see whether they've passed or failed. You can do up to 30 questions, but for the purpose of this, I'll just do 10 questions. And don't click any of these. They're just telling you the formats to include, but you can change it afterwards. Just choose your amount of questions and click generate. Now you click on edit the questions and you just go and have a look. This is the question text. This is where you choose the format, and you can add a photo. The benchmark answer here isn't really relevant because the answer is the benchmark answer, but here is where you map. So it's chosen this one to map it to, so you can just check, if you think it's accurate, you can leave it, or if you disagree with it, cross it off, or if you want it back, you can click on it, and then you can add your performance evidence, knowledge evidence, anything else you like really can be added here, and that goes through to your mapping document. So once you've done that and you've gone through each one and you're happy with each question, it's got a drag to order sequence, match each component. Now with the match, you just need to confirm the answer key before it can be published. You can also add images to each side as well if you wanted to do image comparisons. And again, you can change the format of the question, but if you do want the whole tool to be instant marked, you've got to choose something from the gamified one. Now, again, you just go through and you can just make sure that that it's all mapped accordingly. And then once you're happy, just make sure there's nothing else missing. And then you can click publish. Oh, so then it's giving me a warning. Oh, so question 8 is missing its key. So just remember to click confirm answer key. Obviously you need to check them and make sure they're correct. And then click publish. So now you have this assessment here, which is your instant marked assessment. Again, they just get an instant answer, but they don't get instant marked competent. Now, if you want to add another tool, you go and you create a new one. So maybe you want to do another knowledge one here. If we generate with AI, let's put knowledge questions. Again, put 15, or let's do 10. And then click generate. Again, then you have to go in and edit the questions, and it gives you the, you can go and edit it because you've got benchmark answer here. You can just review that if you want to, maybe improve it if you want to. Again, do all your mapping. Now, if you wanted to add some different questions in there, like different formats, you simply select one of these. So maybe you want to have a, maybe the student fills in a checklist, or maybe they upload a video. You can have mixed questions in this tool. So say you wanted to have a video upload, and you just change the instructions here. So maybe you could just change it to verbally explain. You can add an image and whatever you want. Again, just pull that down if you want to see the benchmark answer fully, and then you can map it. Again, you can improve with AI if you want to. These are all written ones. If you want to, you could even put a little gamified one in there. Whatever you want, basically. And then you simply click publish. And now you have 2 assessment tools. And here are the instructions that the students will read before it. So you can edit that and just change it if you want to. And then maybe you want to do a observation checklist. So again, just scroll down to make a new one, click on observation, and then, give it a name. So you can say whatever you want here. You can paste your own criteria, or you can draft it with AI. So if you paste it, it'll just give you a checklist from what you've pasted. So choose a task, and then, like I said, you can either paste your checklist, or we can draft it with AI. And then you can create the observation assessment. You can go and edit it afterwards. Click on that. That's the instructions. And then you can click review and publish. And then here, if you didn't want to have this many checklist items, you simply press to delete. Or if you wanted to add an item, you can add. And if you didn't want to have 40 things to check off, you can combine files. You can put more words, more things that you want to check off. And then you can, map it as you would anything else. Again, once you're happy, you just click publish. So now you've got 3. You can add as many as you want. So each of these blocks represents an assessment tool. And they all behave slightly differently. The observation checklist, the student will only see their instructions. They won't see the checklist. And then you can go back to your unit cabinet. And now here, this is a mobile view of how it will look for the student. So you have your learner guide. This is the PDF version of it. Then we have our interactive SCORM file. Again, it doesn't look too dissimilar to the PDF, but then it's just got these little fun bits, not that fun, obviously, and they can mark it complete. And then you have the gamified section. And it's just a bit more engaging. If you wanted to do more engaging content, the PC 1.2, you can remove that. That's just copy that I haven't removed if you wanted to. And you can go through and test it. This is not tracked, so you can't go through the whole thing, but you get an idea of how it's going to look to the student and how they're going to experience it. Then they'll have their assessments here. So they're the 3 assessments we just built. Again, you can just preview here. So now you have content. You can also add slide decks, videos, you can add other content as well if you have other stuff that you want to add, but this is the content for that unit which you can now go and add to a course.